Anyway, very warm welcome to our extraordinary guest. Actually, let me go back and share this screen again, Gordon, so that yeah, everyone can see who we have. Here's a wonderful picture of you, Gordon, is what we have. And you are a very special guest on our radio show. So thank you for joining us. Let's kick off, Gordon, with who you are, what you do, and why you do it, please. And let me stop sharing my screen.
Amazing. Thank you very much for that. It's great to be here. It's I've just listened to what you were talking about previously, a subject very close to my heart. So it's a great show. Thank you for inviting me. Yes. So my name's Gordon Bateman. I'm founder of an organization called Investor Ladder, which is designed to help better connect investors of all different types from around the world with regional ecosystems. Created it. It's a fortunate accident. I created it 10 years ago. It's not really there as a commercial entity. And we have since created a large international summit, which we run once a year, which has a very festival vibe, because one of the other things that's very close to my heart is increasing the diversity within the innovation and investment ecosystems. And so by bringing multiple communities together from all around the UK and internationally under one fun-filled environment, but built around business, we can achieve some quite significant things. So hopefully that's a good introduction of who we are.
Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. And I'm really, really excited, Gordon, to be coming along and experiencing my first Climb24 event. And one of the reasons I was keen to get you on here is to sort of explore a little bit how actually Climb24 is for the whole of the northeast Tees Valley. It's covering everyone. You're bringing people centrally into Leeds because it's sensible to do that. And I just wanted to talk a little bit more about that as well, Gordon. So yeah. Before we do that, tell us. Let me introduce Jaff. Jaff's a world-class, world-leading restaurateur, entrepreneur. Gordon, have you I know that you've got people here in Newcastle and you've got a relationship with Newcastle. Have you ever heard of Dabawal or Kai Kai?
I've not, no, but I feel like I should have done. I feel like I've been missing out.
Undoubtedly. Jaff, say hello and who you are and what you do.
Gordon, really nice to meet you. Well, I'm a local, been in Newcastle all of my life. Dad came here in 1962, and we've been involved in restaurants in Newcastle since 1969. So I've got kind of three restaurants in the container kitchen at the moment, with a couple of other things in the pipeline. So Kai Kai, I guess it's the one that the more premium out of them all, and the one that's got a lot of interest at the moment, because the number of celebrities have visited the restaurants, and Gordon Ramsay said it was the best ever Indian restaurant experience he's ever had. So, and we have a lot of local who's who that come along with a lot of foodies that come in on a day-to-day basis. So yeah, in a nutshell, Gordon, I don't want to spend too much time on myself because I want to really hear about what you have to say. But that's me, I guess. I can summarize myself in that way.
So a bit selfishly, can I just put a shout out to my two sons who are listening to this, both of whom are in Newcastle, one at Northumberland University, one at Newcastle. That's where you need to go and eat, Jack and Ben. Find this place out, take me, give me a review and tell me where I should come next time I'm up there.
Excellent.
Yeah, and that was Jack and Ben. That was your dad saying he'll pick up the tab as well. I think.
Whoa.
Is what I heard. But yeah, I mean, honestly, Jaff's really conservative in sort of his own, and quite reserved about the success. But Kai Kai certainly is considered one of the best restaurants in the world, and the food and the cuisine has been developed over an incredibly long time from an authentic perspective. So Jack, Ben, go and check it out. They do apparently they do amazing cocktails as well. and your dad said he'll be picking up all of those tabs, bring your friends, and if you can get booked in. Actually, here's the thing, right? Because you just can't get booked in. So now that you have that relationship, they can take a picture of Jaff and say, well, this guy said I can get a table. Anyway, Gordon, let's hear a little bit more about Climb and why did you want to do Climb?
So out of frustration, so I often have these mad, angry old man, grumpy old man moments, I think they are, where there's problems that are happening in the industry, whether that be from, so I'm a business owner myself, founded organizations, grown them and sold them. But I think there's a real challenge that we have regionally around the UK that I actually think it's quite fortunate that we are the third largest country for venture capital. But it's in London. So, and in London, because everything's very centralized and in a close geographical area, it's relatively easy to navigate that. Whereas when a venture capitalist or an investor comes into the region, the geographic split is so big. So it's difficult for national and international investors to find great businesses here. A bit like, let's go back to the restaurant thing. I didn't know about Jaff's restaurant. It takes somebody to concierge that and make the introductions. That's exactly the same with any small business. If I go into Newcastle, I want to find Pizza Express, it's pretty easy because I know what they look like. They've been around forever and I've probably been into another one. Whereas to find the best high quality restaurant is really difficult. And that's exactly the same with businesses. So that's why we created Investor Ladder, was how to help better connect those things to be that super connector. Why we did Climb was we could do that on a bigger level. And by doing that on a bigger level, we can then bring bigger people to the table, people like yourself, Amar, who are interconnected better. And then we can have serious meetings around things like diversity and inclusion, around social mobility, etc., because we've got enough of a critical mass to move the needle. So the way in which this whole thing is constructed, it's for anybody. And we talk about venture capital because that's where it started, but it's for anybody who wants to grow a business. We all know growing a business is hard, right? And it's a lonely place to be. And when it's tough, it's tough. You've just been talking about mental health. If we build interconnected communities, we can help each other out. So that's what Climb is all right. It's every single facet of running your business. Yes, we do have main stage speakers, but on every stage, we have at least one founder of a business talking about their journey. It's not growing a business 101. It's around, and someone says, how many speakers have you got? We've got over 200. Actually, we've got about 2,000 because everyone's got a voice. Everyone who comes to our event, but there's no point in coming to Climb to sit and listen. You come to Climb to engage, to build new relationships, build business friendships. The whole thing's constructed to make that happen. So I would argue we've got 2,000 speakers who come to Climb.
Amazing. And Gordon, I know that you share that passion around innovation, around inclusion, and around internationalization. In fact, I think you do. Is it innovation, industry, and investment? Is that your three eyes?
That's correct. Yeah, absolutely. We're connecting those dots together, very much so.
Yeah. So and one of my first cars was an XR3i. So I tell this story about how that informed right the XR3i model. And anyway, so what can people expect, Gordon? Why should someone come to your event?
So a try answer is expect the unexpected, right? So we opened it on last year on a Tuesday morning at 9:30 with a beatboxer and got the head of British Business Investments beatboxing. She's now based in Newcastle. This is a high energy, interconnected event, but from a serious perspective, we have three things that the event is around. So the first, we have what we call main stage sessions. So there's 4 main stages of equal status. And they cover subjects, anything from mental health as a founder through to marketing, sales, cloud computing, every facet that is important about growing a business, and also industry level conversations. So we've got the global head of VR from Sony coming in from LA, who incidentally, when I met him last time, introduced me to Kanye West. I'm not saying he's bringing Kanye West with him this time, just to be clear, but So that's really about learning. And every session is like a TV chat show. There is not one single PowerPoint presentation allowed into our event. There is not one keynote speaker who's going to lecture. I feel like I'm lecturing, so I'm talking a lot, but there isn't that. It's all conversation and engagement. Think of 50 sets of, I don't know, a Jonathan Ross or a Graham Norton type chat show, but about business. Then we get a bit more intimate. So we've got 50 round tables and workshops that people can get into. So, and where they've got a voice at the table. So they're groups of around 20 people around discussing a subject area, which might be around how do we have better social inclusion in the innovation sector. As an SME, it's quite tough to work out how we can do things better to bring young people from disadvantaged backgrounds into a business, because we might only be 10 people. So we're looking at that on an industry level, right through to a workshop on how to use LinkedIn better. And then we've got an app, so we can help people better connect. So we have an expo area that's divided into zones. So if I'm into retail, I'll know where to find people who are relevant to my business, because sometimes at these big events, it can be a bit hit and miss whether you meet the right people. So everything's curated. And then we've got some live music, we've got entertainment, we've got independent food trucks for the food. We've taken every consideration of what makes this a very inclusive, very safe, very enjoyable, non-threatening, been to conferences where it's a bit boring and you feel like, do I fit in? This is genuinely, wherever your background, if you're interested in learning and developing your business at an accelerated rate, this is a place to be. Someone described it last year as a year's worth of networking in 2 days. One company came last year, and I'm not going to give you the spoiler of the whole story, but from people that they met at the event by the coffee truck, they raised £2 million of investment into their company. There's some lumps and bumps along the way, and he's going to share that on a main stage. So, and I say expect the unexpected, because usually in the main stage sessions, there's a sting in the tail. There's usually it isn't all a bed of roses. This is quite tough. We've got a guy called Stevie Ward, who is an ex-professional rugby player who runs a business on men's mental health. He's talking about his journey. A guy called Andrew Jenkins, who was on the TV show The Traitors. He's coming up from Wales, and he's going to talk about his mental health and trauma consultancy business that he's looking to build. So a real mix of really interesting subjects that, as a founder of a business, are things that I've needed and I still need as I go along the journey of growing my company.
I'm even more excited now, Gordon, which is wonderful. I'm conscious of two things: time, but also sharing some insights or advice, and given the diverse range of our audience and where this goes, and including Jaff. Now, Jaff's bootstrapped his business, right? He's never really considered investment historically, and has successfully just scaled his own business. But why would what's the benefit of considering investment, Gordon?
Well, and it's not always for everybody, so there's a company called Glean who are joining me on a stage talking about building teams, and they've grown phenomenally. They're in education. They've grown phenomenally without taking external investment. So I think the benefits of it, if it's right for your company, is you can leapfrog certain stages of growth. If you've got the opportunity. So if you've got the opportunity, by bringing in external money, it allows you to buy things and do things that probably you can't on the scale if you're doing it by revenues. So I've grown businesses just by revenues. And so it's what's really interesting, and this is again why we created Climb. A lot of people think they need money, and they actually don't. They need things that cost money. So I've got a bit of a cliched phrase now, but everyone thinks it needs money until they've got it, and then they realize they need all this other stuff. Now, sometimes you can get all that other stuff without raising external investment. Sometimes you can't. So again, part of the sessions is we have a session called "Is Equity the Only Answer?" I think in today's business world, because of things like Dragon's Den or some of the accelerator programs, equity investment gets rammed down everyone's throat. And when it is right, it's awesome. when it's wrong, it's dreadful. You know, I've seen so many businesses suffer because so quite a lot of conversations that happened last year at Climb were exactly that. What can that money do for me? And then what's the best way of getting it? So there is no one answer, I guess, is my, I should have warned you. I mean, I do talk for Britain. But there is no.
It's good. It's a talk show, is what we're on. So you're very welcome.
But yeah, so that's the kind of the critical point is what can it do for your business? What it can do for you and what it can do for me and what it can do for Jeff are completely different things. And I think that's one of the things that frustrates me, a soapbox I'm on all the time, is sometimes everyone tries to put everything in the same box. You're an SME and therefore you should do A, B, and C. You know, and that's not true. SME 1 can do something very different to us and both structured very different, and both have fabulous results off the end of it.
Amazing. Well, we've come up to the end of our show, Gordon, is what we have. So thank you ever so much. Where does and if someone wants to find out about Climb or the conference and whatever else, they could just check out Climb24 and whatever else, Gordon. That's what they do. Yes. And if they want to reach out to you just to have a chat and talk a little bit more.
If anyone's interested in going, drop me an email, and this is a commitment to you guys. If you drop me an email, or if there's a place I can put this on your site, Amar. So my email is Gordon. My email is Gordon@investorladder.com, and I will put together for listeners of this show a discount code, promotion code, which give you 20% discount on a ticket. And our website is climb24.co.uk. But yeah, if you can, I'll find a way to through you, I'll probably.
Well, it's great that you're raising. Thank you. It's great that you're losing, and we're out of time now. But it's great that you're raising the inclusion part, Gordon, which is exactly what Spice FM is all about, and certainly that we're on a mission to. Thank you ever so much. We'll get this, and until next week for our listeners and viewers, we'll be back. It's a goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me. Thank you, Gordon.
And goodbye from me. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.